Bonjour and good morrow, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sorrels Tonight. I am Franklin Sorrels, and today we have a very special guest for you. Some call him the King of the Moon Rabbits, others call him a man-child. Please welcome Mr. Zack Morris.
Thanks for having me on the show. I'm a longtime fan, and it's a dream come true to be here.
Likewise, old sport. Now, can you please tell the audience, in your own words, what exactly it is that you do?
Well, what I do is I record myself playing video games and commentating over them and interacting with them, but I also review an anime or two every once in a while and share my thoughts on those as well.
Fascinating.
Yeah, and in addition to watching anime and playing games and reviewing all of those, I also will occasionally watch a movie that came out recently, and I will review those and share my thoughts on them in addition to what I already do now.
And people can actually get paid for that?
Oh yeah, lots of people have made a living off of YouTube. It's this big business thing, and I guess the best example I could give is it's a lot like an online business, except instead of selling a product, you're instead making a video that people will hopefully watch, enjoy, share, etc.
Well, crikey, looks like I'm in the wrong profession. So, what kind of things do you do when you are not making videos?
I actually work in an aftercare at a local school, so what I do is I show up around the time school ends on weekdays, and then I will watch children between the ages of pre-K to 6th grade for about 2 hours. So I'm usually done by around 5 o'clock.
And exactly how many kids are you responsible for?
Well, there's about 10 kids per age group, so I would say around 60 to 70 kids. And obviously it's not me working there, it's also me and a bunch of other people. So it's about one person per every 10 to 20 kids. So around 7 to 8 people work there as well.
Great Scott, I can't imagine being in charge of that many kids. You deserve a medal, good sir. Or at the very least, a raise.
It's really not that big a deal. Lots of people work with kids. I'm just one of them. I'm just one of many people that do work with kids. So it's fine. It's not a big deal.
If you say so, old sport. Now, what would you say is your most popular video series to date?
Well, in regards to which video series is my most popular, I would say it's a toss-up between Cells at Work and That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, both of which are equally popular, more or less, although Cells at Work is a little bit more popular.
And what exactly are those two shows actually about?
Well, what Cells at Work is about is it's about how the human body works and how human cells actually work to try and help maintain order in the body, and the anime Cells at Work actually does this by anthropomorphizing all of the cells in your body, giving them distinct personalities so that you can actually relate to them and learn what their roles are and how they work.
Sounds like a fun watch if you ask me.
Yeah, Cells at Work is funny as hell, I recommend it. And then That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime is exactly what it says it is. It's about a office worker from our real world, so to speak, and it's about how he was stabbed and reincarnated as a slime in another world, and is designed to poke holes in the isekai anime genre by introducing several different characters that break away from the standard tropes you would see in other isekai titles, such as Sword Art Online, just as an example.
Well, old sport, I'm definitely going to have to give those two shows a watch. Now, what would you say inspired you to become a YouTuber in the first place?
Well, what inspired me to be a YouTuber was that I had actually been watching a couple other YouTubers at that point and watching them grow and watching them succeed, and I thought, well, hey, I could do this, no problem. And so I started doing some of the research into some of the equipment I needed. My parents helped me buy my first microphone, which was a gaming headset with a microphone on it, and I also had a large external capture card with a hard drive inside of it. So that was my setup for quite a while before I eventually upgraded.
Do you still have the original equipment, Old Spot?
Well, unfortunately, the headset did eventually break, and unfortunately, I no longer have it, but the capture card, to my knowledge, still works, and it still has the original hard drive in it. So, it's still around. I still have the hard drive, but I can't say the same about the headset, unfortunately.
Alright then, we've only got time for a couple more questions, so let's start with the big one. Which YouTuber would you say was the biggest inspiration to you?
I would definitely have to say that the YouTuber that had the most influence on me was Markiplier, because I watched him the most out of anybody, and I saw him go from being this guy who had no success whatsoever in YouTube to being one of the biggest YouTubers on the platform currently. And that's honestly kind of inspiring to watch. He's also really entertaining and really funny, and I hope one day I'm actually able to meet him. But I do have to give a shout out for Cross Knights, who helped me actually advise me how to create my channel in a sense. I commented on one of his videos asking him how he did it, and he told me what his idea was, and he helped me figure out my schedule from there. And then there's also Skydus Minecraft, who unfortunately doesn't do Minecraft as much as he has in the past, and has since moved on to doing music, but he continues to be an inspiration for me as well, because I watched a lot of him growing up as well. So I would definitely say, between a combination of all three of those, I would definitely have to say they all helped me out equally. So definitely would recommend watching all of those, because they are some really talented people, and I do enjoy watching their videos from time to time.
I can imagine that isn't easy.
Yeah, it is definitely not easy growing a channel from scratch like Markiplier and all the others did. It takes quite a while, according to them, and I'll be lucky if I even have a fraction of how many subscribers they have now. So it will definitely be a while before I am on the level with them.
I wouldn't worry about it too much, Old Spot. I'm sure you'll get there someday.
Well, Frank, I respect the vote of confidence, and thank you for that.
You're welcome. Now, what would you say is the one thing you want to do before your time on YouTube ends?
Well, at some point I do want to eventually try and attempt at the world record for the world's longest live stream, though that may take a while for me to actually get to. But it is on my to-do list, and I will be getting to it eventually.
What exactly is the record, Old Spot?
A rough estimate, about a week at the very least.
Great Scott, that's a long time to be live streaming.
Well, as they say, go big or go home, so guess go big, I guess, in my case.
Well, good luck to you on that front. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the end of the show. Thank you, Zack Morris, for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks again for having me. I'd be happy to come back anytime you need me to, so definitely keep in touch with me, please.
And thanks to those of you watching at home for tuning in. We hope you will join us again next time. Until then, this is Franklin Soros, signing off.
And I will notice that the trick to doing this is to just explore. Yeah, one. I know how to grunt.